And just like that, I am incredibly tired on this Monday because I made the totally stupid yet totally worth it mistake of staying up to watch last night's football game. And the fact they're now on Monday and that can be a real drag just sort of makes things worse. Hooray! Happy Monday, everybody. So, yeah, weekend's over. Back to the old grind. Real bummer. I can actually make like a super duper front like this. Some people are totally amazed I can do that. I can totally make myself like super duper curmudgeon and be like, alright, enough. I don't want to scare everyone too fast. I mean, we're not quite at Halloween yet. We still have a couple days. So, yeah. Let's go over what happened. So, I mean, the Texans already beat the Dolphins on Thursday, so I really couldn't make that prediction if I wanted to. Yeah, unfortunately. Excuse me. I was right about the Eagles being the Jaguars. Man, I hate the Eagles. Why did I have to be right about that? Why did I have to be right about that? I did not want to be right about that, ladies and gentlemen. And why did I have to be wrong about the Panthers beating the Ravens? Cam Newton is not remotely as good as Drew Brees. Why was he able to beat the best secondary in the NFL? Or one of them, anyway. Oh, well. I still have the Ravens winning that division. At least I hope so. Oh, well. Ah, boy, what else happened? Excuse me. Alright, the Chiefs beat the Broncos. I was right about that. I'm telling you, it will very likely be a Chiefs-Broncos Super Bowl. And it's going to be really funny, too, because if it is a Chiefs-Rams Super Bowl, if the Chiefs win, they're likely going to give the MVP to either Kareem Hunt or Mahomes. If they give it to Mahomes, everyone's going to refer to him as my homie. I guarantee that's exactly what would happen if that's the case. But whatever. Now the Browns and the Steelers. Yeah. I should have realized that the Steelers were going to prepare for what was going to come this week, and they totally did in spades, so. Oh boy. Well, of course I had to be wrong about that. Man, why did the Steelers have to win too? It's very clear, very anti-NFL team from Pennsylvania, if anyone hasn't already figured it out. I mean, I honestly don't know which makes me upset more. The Eagles for the bounty system they used to have, or the Steelers at the fact that they took away 2 Super Bowls from my beloved Dallas Cowboys. I mean, we did get one of them back, but it's still 2-1, so that stinks. So, there you go. Let's see. The Seahawks and the Lions, I knew the Seahawks were going to win. I mean, they may no longer have guys like Richard Sherman on that team, but they're still a contender in their own right, and I knew they were going to beat the Lions. That was an easy call for me. The Bengals and the Buccaneers, I was actually almost, okay, full disclosure, I had turned on, they started showing the Bengals Buccaneers game around the time when they were, the Buccaneers were scoring the 2-point conversion that was going to tie the game at 34-all, but I didn't know that, so I literally thought, after the Buccaneers had scored, I thought the Buccaneers were going to win and I was going to be wrong. So for a few minutes, I stopped watching the game, but then I went back to the game, and then it was 34. I'm like, what happened? So, yeah. And the Bengals win by a field goal at the very end, so that was really cool. Although, one thing that does interest me about the Buccaneers is, with Jameis Winston gone, and, they have to go with, Ryan Fitzpatrick now, I gotta say, Ryan Fitzpatrick is by no means a bad quarterback. In fact, even though the Buccaneers have lost, I'm pretty sure that going forward, the Buccaneers are going to use Ryan Fitzpatrick as their starting QB. I mean, the Buccaneers are not going to win the division. That goes without saying. But their record really shouldn't be as bad as what some people are going to predict it to be. Partly because, again, Ryan Fitzpatrick, a decent quarterback. He'll probably be the reason why there's even sort of a contention at all. But that's just me. Speaking of Ryan Fitzpatrick, how about his old team he used to play for, the Jets? Oh, right. The Jets got clobbered by, of course, the Bears. It's fun. I love it when I'm right. You know, I made this no secret. I love it when I'm right about my predictions. I'm really right. I really love it when I'm right. When it's a team I actually do like. And I like the Bears. So, yeah, I was really happy about this one. I mean, again, Khalil Mack is the most dangerous thing in the NFC North. Yes, I'm calling him a thing because that guy is not human. Honestly, that first loss that the Bears had against the Packers should not be any indication that the Bears are bad. In fact, I'm just going to say right now, Khalil Mack is an Aaron Rodgers slayer. I'm calling it right now. The Bears are going to win that division. They are. And we're likely going to have the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers as wild cards. So the playoffs will most very likely be dominated by the NFC North. Probably. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Again, why do I keep doing this to myself? I always stay up like super duper incredibly late for watching football, which, alright, I forgot it's always worth it in the end. Right. So, the Redskins and the Giants. Look, I wanted the Giants to win. I really did. Not just because with this win, if the Redskins win, they're now 2 games ahead of the Cowboys. But, the Giants have a really bad record right now. This is like the 3rd year in a row that... Actually, wait. 2nd year in a row. 2nd year in a row. Because the first... last year was bad, and the year before they actually made it to the playoffs. When Odell Beckham Jr. had that huge meltdown by... I think he punched a wall or something like that. I forget what he did. But, yeah. And... it was funny because I actually talked to my father last night over the phone. And, because, my father and my uncle are both pretty good football experts. They actually know a lot. And, in fact, it was them that taught me that, back when they were little. I mean, the Saints were so bad, they were called the Aints. And the Giants, I mean, if you thought the Giants are bad now, they were even worse back then. How bad was it? It was so bad that they lost to the Aints. Yes. It was very clear that the Giants were very well the worst team in the NFL at that moment in time. Although, I think history may actually be repeating itself. Which, honestly, I hope it doesn't. I mean, I never want a team to go 0-16. I never want anything like that. Because, I mean, some people like to say, well, do it just to get the Band-Aid off of them. No. You want to have at least one good high note during the course of a season. You don't want anything, bad to happen to your team. I mean, the worst record the Dallas Cowboys ever had was 1-15. And that was actually Troy Aikman's rookie year. I think it was his rookie year. It was definitely the first year that he was our starting quarterback. And after that, we thought, what, we're the worst team in the NFL? How about we try and improve upon that? And I think that's what the Giants are trying to do, but they just don't know how to quite do it yet. So, Yeah, there you got yourself a history lesson today, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. I should probably move forward before I completely forget what I was doing. Right. The Colts and the Raiders. Yeah, I said before the Colts stink, but Andrew Luck has more talent on his one pinky than the remainder of the Raiders have on their entire bodies. So, yeah. I was actually pretty surprised to be right about the Colts being the Raiders. Because I would think that the Raiders would be incredibly angry that they lost both Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, thanks to the Cowboys anyway, on the ladder. I really like the two. I really like that a team that I like, and my team actually has two guys from the Oakland Raiders. You know, the Bears have Khalil Mack, and now the Cowboys have Amari Cooper. So there you go. So yeah, the Colts are not going to win their division, but at least I'm glad they won. Oh, I can't believe I was actually wrong about this one. The Cardinals beating the 49ers? I don't believe... I mean, what happened to Jimmy Garoppolo? What happened to that guy? He was supposed to be, like really good. You know, he was, undefeated in terms of being a starting QB for, a season and a half, technically. So, yeah, what happened? Oh, well. Again, neither of those teams are going to win that division. So, it doesn't really bother me who won or who lost. I mean, I'm a little bummed that I ended up being wrong about the Cardinals winning, but what can you do? Speaking of teams that are going to win that division, the Packers and the Rams. Ooh. I almost ended up being wrong about that one. I mean, Aaron Rodgers may not be as dangerous as Khalil Mack is, but he's still dangerous enough to almost beat the undefeated Rams. Almost, though. Yeah, the Rams are totally going to win that division. And the Rams are totally going to go to the Super Bowl at this point. I'll be stunned if anyone beats them. I will. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the team they end up playing against in the NFC Championship ends up being one of the two teams that played in last night's game. And so we come to what happened last night. Now, as you all well know, the Saints and the Vikings played, or some of you guys may know, I don't know. Anyway, the Saints and the Vikings last January played against each other in what is likely known as one of the wildest playoff games in NFL history. The Saints almost came out with a win, but quarterback Case Keenum, at the time, threw a legendary miracle pass to Vikings wide receiver Stephon Diggs, and he ran in for a touchdown to win the game at the very end. And then Stephon Diggs did the most epic sort of pose ever. After he scored, he did sort of like this. I know you can't really see my arms, but they're spread out wide open like Stephon Diggs did. Just like. And then everyone's hugging him, everyone's cheering him. It was awesome. You know, I kind of wanted to see that last night, but it didn't really happen because I ended up being right about the Saints winning. Sorry, Vikings fans. And now we get into tonight. Yeah, sorry, my friends who are also Bills fans, but I gotta go with logic on this one, and overall history, and the Patriots are probably going to come up with a win tonight. Sorry. So, yeah. Those are my predictions. I'm glad I was mostly right this week. And with my luck, it's probably going to reciprocate to being mostly wrong this upcoming week. But we'll just have to wait and see about that. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, yada, yada, yada. And, yeah, sorry. I'm very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm very hopeful that we all have a wonderful Monday. least I hope it's wonderful. And remember, if any of you guys don't want to talk or chat, I'll always be here, to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, everybody.